Rise of Iron is soon upon us, and with a new expansion comes lots of new content. But what content will we be receiving this year? My name is Buckeye, and welcome to today's video. It's always been in the top 10 list, says Christopher Barrett when asked about bringing old raids back into Destiny Year 3. Yep, you guessed it, today we're talking about why old raids will be coming into Rise of Iron. Now let me give you some context. In an article on Polygon, Christopher Barrett was being interviewed about Destiny Year 3 and what it has in store. They talked about how Year 2 was not optimal for bringing in new things for players to do on a consistent basis. We're all players ourselves, he said. I certainly wished there was more content in the last year. We're going to do everything we can to get more out to the community so we have stuff to play as well. That's always the goal. So Barrett explains how even him as a Destiny player and not just the game director wanted more things to do during the year of Taken King. But how does this help my hypothesis of getting old raids back into Rise of Iron? Let's continue. Barrett was then asked the question, perhaps we'll see the revival of old raids like Vault of Glass? Barrett's response was, it's always consistently been in the top 10 list, says Barrett. Since the second raid came out, hey, we want to go back and play older raids. The simple answer is it's a matter of priority. If we spend time bringing that stuff, that means less new stuff we can build. For this fall in Rise of Iron, we wanted new stuff. New. Let's give new places to go, new raid, stuff like that. But we certainly hear that the fans would love to have a reason to go back to some of the old raids, so we were absolutely considering it. Now this is where we get to the good stuff. The game director, Christopher Barrett, made a clear-cut explanation of why we do not have relevant old raids currently, and expressed how he knows of the large outcry for them, but he doesn't just acknowledge it, he finishes it off by saying Bungie is absolutely considering it. Now that's a big deal. If the game director is talking about how Year 2 did not have enough content and how the team is considering the idea of making old raids relevant again, then we have a pretty good basis to stand on when saying we will see old raids back in Rise of Iron. This is awesome. Now, as far as reasoning outside of this, it really makes sense to do it. This is presumably the final year of Destiny before we switch over to a new game. Bring out the original raids that got this all started, and the final year of Destiny would not just make the community happy, but it would also make logical sense. If they're going to make them relevant, why not in the last year the game's relevant? Plus, if they're going the free content route like they did with Taken King, there will be plenty of time for the old raids to become relevant. But that just about does it for today's video, Guardians. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and remember, if you have your own thoughts on the subject, be sure to tell me in the comments. And if you enjoyed today's video, give it a like. If you want to watch more videos like this as Rise of Iron releases, then subscribe. But anyways, guys, I will see you in the next one.